And when we think about people's environmental impact, you can recycle your containers, you can take shorter showers, you can bike to work or drive a hybrid. All those things pale in comparison to people switching from an animal-based protein diet to a plant-based protein diet. The animal-based diet requires multiple times more water, more land, more energy. And so when we can source the same core ingredients, protein, fats, water, minerals, and carbohydrates from plants, and reassemble them in a way that mimics perfectly the experience of meat, that can be a transformational impact on the ecosystem and on people's health. Well, I started as a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for more than 10 years. And I would say kind of a suffering vegetarian. I believe in it, so I never question. But I also have felt that a lot of the protein options for vegetarians just weren't satisfying. They didn't have, it was always like, I'm getting the consolation prize. There's not the same texture. There's not the same sensory experience. Now, of course, we can make delicious, products with lentils or in salads. But whenever I had a veggie burger, it was always, as Stephen Colbert put it, a bar coaster soaked in MSG. It's just not satisfying. And so what Beyond Meat has really been able to do is in a way no other company has, is really look at the underlying structural science of these, the ingredients and put them together in a way that really mimics animal protein. What we really want to do at Beyond Meat is take people's existing behavior. Of course, it would be ideal if people change their behavior, but we recognize that people have, first of all, people have a kind of a primal attachment to their eating meat. So we're not going to tell people you can't have a hamburger. And what's interesting, you can look at the trends. So meat consumption is down, sandwich consumption is down, but hamburger consumption is up. So we're not going to make a successful business if we tell people don't eat hamburger. But if we can say, try this burger. It goes great with ketchup, goes great on a bun, it goes great on a grill, but it's made of plant protein. So the first step is to make a product that is outstanding. It can't just be a good veggie burger, it has to be a good burger. It has to be satisfying, it has to meet all the same sensory expectations people have around animal protein. Then we have to think about how we package it and price it and market it. All of those things have to be done in a way that makes it accessible. So we can't be preachy. We can't, this isn't an eat your broccoli message. This is a delicious product that has the same protein, the same nutrition, doesn't have the cholesterol that you consume with others. So there is a health benefit to it. But this is, for us, this starts with the science, and then it turns into the art of the marketing. Our goal is not to be the best-selling veggie burger. If we're the best-selling veggie burger and that's all we do, then we failed. Our goal is to really have people have more plant-based meal occasions, and to do that by making these products available and affordable. So absolutely, we expect to help transform the way America eats meat. And right now, the primary people consuming plant protein are vegetarians. And they buy the product in the freezers because that's how it's merchandised. And it's okay to be there. That's where Beyond Meat currently is. But when we look at how to make this business transformational, we want to get the product to the protein counter, to the meat counter. We want to be sold alongside other meat products like hamburger, ground hamburger, or turkey burgers, or chicken breast. And so the meat counter becomes the protein counter. And when we can do that, and we can be adjacent to our competitors, then all of a sudden we're reaching a different type of consumer. Our goal, as we talk about the big picture, is we'd love to see every American family have one more plant-based meal per week. And if we make the product, our role in that is to make products that taste delicious and can work within their budgets. Just like with Honest Tea, the origins of Beyond Meat are going to be in the natural foods channel. That's where we'll start. But what we've seen, and this is happening profoundly, that things that start in the natural channel get very quickly embraced by the mainstream when it succeeds. You have to start in the natural channel and it succeed. And once Honest Tea became the best-selling tea in the natural channel, we quickly gained access to the shelves of mainstream And we're seeing the same with Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat is driving over 50% of the growth in the alternative meat category. And so we're getting into stores like Walmart and Target and Safeway. And now the next step will also be, can we get into some national restaurant chains? Can we present this product in a way that is as accessible and enjoyable as what there is currently on the menu? For a lot of people, Honest Tea was the first organic product they ever consumed. Because when someone goes to Wendy's, they're not going to Wendy's to buy organic anything. And so to go to a Wendy's and have an organic tea or an organic kids drink on the menu, you would order it just because it's on the menu. Or to go to a convenience store or to a CVS and see an Honest Tea. It's not, we don't say front and center it's organic or fair trade. It's just it's a product on the shelf that looks attractive and tastes delicious. And same with Beyond Meat. The goal will be to get onto the menus or to get into the protein counter and make these products look as attractive, to be priced competitively. They'll be on the high end because it's still a new entrant, but to be as competitive an option as the existing options on the market. For Beyond Meat, right now it makes sense to be an independent company and to build this with our unique, authentic voice. But we're not opposed to working with the other large protein companies in the country. They have an infrastructure for producing their product and distributing it that could be beneficial to us at some point. And what we're seeing is a lot of these companies, they used to be meat companies, and now they think of themselves as protein companies because it is evolving.